And we're live, I think. Yes. I took my glasses off so y'all could see my pretty baby blues. Storm cloud gray blue, really. But that means I can't see all that well, but oh well. We'll see what happens. So, this is the 100 Baby Daddy challenge thing that I decided to do for my own amusement more than anything else. Hopefully you find it amusing as well. And in the first episode, we managed to, I'm pretty sure, knock up count them, two young ladies within the game. And it was a little too easy. So I've decided I'm going to establish a little bit of a rule here. We can still use the things like beguiling if we get that trait, or I'm probably going to try to get it. 650, we're way, way, way off from being able to get it, though, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 2500 is a good one. Great Kisser is a really good one. There's also Incredibly Friendly. That's a little bit cheaper. So there's a few of those that we can get down the line, and then of course building up fame will help a lot in order to establish relationships. I talked about that in the first episode, so I'm not going to refrain from using those things, but what I am going to do is to decide that I'm only going to go ahead and use, even though they give it to you way too early for doing a challenge like this at least, the Try for Baby thing, I'm only going to do it when I have the romantic relationship bar up pretty much to full. I want to make it a little bit more interesting. And two conditions. It was getting the relationship bar most of the way full, if not full, and I have to take them out on at least one date. So no just hooking up with them, going to a club, hitting on them, getting them back, and, the woohoo, and then that's it. So I wanted to make it a little bit more of a challenge. So, yeah, I'm going to focus on trying to do maybe one girl per episode, because I think that's a little bit more interesting, just seeing old evil avatar minion version of myself up his game, and just how quick we, over time, just how quickly we can carry our seductions out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just write another book. He's feeling confident, so let's do a motivational book. Why are you doing that?
Oh, tell Jim Whipsy.
Pet the kitty. Pet Peanut. I had a calico cat named Peanut for a while. So I decided, what the hey-oh, why not? I'm going to have one again in the game. You rock, a celebration of you. Sure, I'm not going to improve on that. Let's go ahead and let it write. Yeah, I can't do this. You got to see my eyes for a bit without the glasses on. I can't do contacts. I just can't. I hate having anything even close to my eyes. Anything closer than my glasses, and it's only because I'm used to these things. It's, tactile sensitivity is an issue for me. Audio sensitivity, light sensitivity. It's just, I tested as gifted when I was younger, and people always think that that's like you're bragging or something, but really what it means is if you're gifted, you take in a lot more information than most people do, and it can be overwhelming. So a lot of times gifted people have like photosensitivity, audio sensitivity and tactile sensitivity. It's like, everybody finds certain noises, like, say, screeching, chalkboard, nails on chalkboard, that sort of thing, but, there can be any number of noises that just make me cringe because they're just overwhelming to my system, my ears. And lights, bright lights. I hate being in crowds of people, and that's one of the reasons I could never really enjoy going to a club or a busy bar or something. It's just too much stimulation. I can't deal with it, especially because I have anxiety attack issues. So that, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I don't want a bunch of kittens around. I'm having trouble with my scroll. I'm going to have to switch mouse. Visit the vet. We're going to take Peanut to the vet. And get her spayed. Ah, the loading screens. Who are you? Somebody that I can say hello to. Get her spayed. Poor donkey. Poor Blue. Big Blue. Big Blue is sick. Star. Who's going to do the deed? It's going to be her. Hey, we can talk to Jordan Indy. Oh, Big Blue is back. Poor Blue. Poor Big Blue. And she's married. I made $30. Not too bad. Not yet. I was gonna talk to her. She's uncomfortable.
Oh, Lempima.
Big surprise.
Ibadeso Banjib Famaya? Mobim?
Wet socks.
Skibaro.
Take them off. The
Mesplima, Glinje Avino, Essenoi, Flarib, Finalibo.
yeah, sure. Compliment the outfit. That's always a nice thing to do. We gotta build up that charisma.
Flurb, Canathoi Narble,
Yes, I'm a writer.
Kiarba Lonsif, Spaden,
With Sadib? Ah, Bombatoy. Shirsha Gibaro. Quinharb. Brumbea Hupitu.
Why?
Oh, Boogie Lagan. Babadeso, Yanabi. Chef Lidumu.
Discuss uncomfortable mood. Sure, why not?
Dumse Bruhana, Nurture
Oh.
Clusinex,
New Yep Fanoi?
Sabu,
Haha, Bombade.
Oh, no, she's happy. Stop. You can frickin' neck and rackin'. Okay, I talk to her. Let's go talk to her. Be friendly. Let's be friendly with her. Make happy. Good. Big Blue's not gonna get cared for. It's a different looking dog. Who are you? Madison Tucker. Wearing a rather strange looking ensemble there. I downloaded a few creative
Wapita, Taba Fondo, Babacala, and Fabi Narble.
creator content based things, and some of the clothing items were more than a little risque. I thought I got them all, but perhaps not that one. Probably will need to go ahead and try to figure out what that one is and remove it as well. Because it was just, it was a,
Peachy, Yanabi,
it was
Plebon,
packs of
Shusha. Limpy Newlets, Zap and Quark.
Sims pre-created, some that other people had created, and some of them were
Shavy
interesting
boys a
looking,
lot.
but they included all the clothing and stuff that they had used. And as I said, some of the items of clothing are a little bit on the risque side,
Retinu.
or very on. Some of them were
Kumba
too
Mrubni
much so.
Flevar.
Savishi Slekum?
Voosh
And Kuya.
But she's evil.
from.
No wonder she's dressed like that. She's evil.
Finaroo. La Problem.
What's that, Div? Ah,
I'm gonna have to figure out which dress that is and get rid of it.
New boon, short prop.
Oh well.
Aro.
Seriously?
Oh, Lampima. Ganuix a flan. Sabe. Stobada. Handpaid
Almost looks like she's wearing mirrors or something. It's very weird. But it's definitely showing way too much. I'm gonna have to get rid of that one. I mean, I guess it's not really any worse than some of the bikinis from the default game system. Even.
Abim, Rapani, Veruda. Yanopor.
Alrighty. Well, that's not going anywhere. Let's go home. Take the little kitty kitty home. Then go out and into the world to see what we can see. See who we can chit chat with. We gotta build up that charisma. The charisma and fame.
Ah, it is Zook Rubin.
Okay, the girl just walked up and disappeared into thin air. Awkward comment. Why did he? I didn't catch what he did. We got Zoe Patel over there. We gotta talk to Zoe. Zoe Patel. Friendly. Poor Peanut. Poor Peanut is unhappy. We play with a kitty on the couch. What do you... I hate it when it just completely ignores what I tell it to do. Like, they'll go and they'll start doing it, and then it'll just completely ignore it and skip over it or whatever. I hate that.
Ah, you bad. Oh,
Just-
I'm
Mm,
Oh, waga. Stum.
I don't understand the desire.
Sapdono.
There are just certain things about this game, you know, I really do enjoy playing it, and I do love it for certain reasons. But things just like Sims who will constantly go to troll to forums, even though there's no reason for them to do it. They're not mischievous, they're not mean. You didn't give them an evil trait, nothing like that, but they will just insist constantly. Troll to forums for no reason.
Shabe.
As soon as I installed the Parenthood thing, constantly checking up on parenting forums and getting embarrassed or angry or whatever. No kids in the house, still constantly will do it.
Jifafa kukuloi. Gibi.
Dancing, if you have any source of music in the house, they will just constantly go dancing. Constantly. Doesn't matter what else you have them doing, they will endlessly keep going to go dancing.
Oh ho.
So let's just go ahead and write something else. Let's write some poetry. Need to start getting our income up. Yow. Yow. That's right. Austrian strongman and other poems. Sure. Going to write the poetry about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know why, but I started doing the stupid voice, and that's what popped into my head. So do the poem, the poetry book about the strong man.
Uh-huh.
Ah, why not?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Make it.
Uh-huh. Yipsy. Ooh. Uh-huh. Oh.
Write the book, write the book, write the book. Hey, writing level 5. That's cool. That's cool.
Uh-huh.
Right level 5. Yeah, baby.
Huh.
Alright. Oh, yeah, and I think I finally figured out the math on the day ratio on this. I said something like 4 to 1. It's more like 6 point something to 1. This is like every season in real life is roughly 13 weeks long. You know, it's 52 divided by 4 is 13, I believe. It's right. It's close.
Oh. No.
Then, of course, that's not including leap year because the actual time it takes for the Earth to get around the Sun is 365.2 days, I believe. Which is why we have leap year. But anyways, it's roughly about 13 weeks. So doing a 14 days, or 14 days per season, I think for the calendar, that's 2 weeks. So roughly you're looking at about 6 point something days, or, you know, that's the ratio. Each day is roughly equivalent to 6 in a point something days in game. See, there he goes, Troll to Forums. And you look at his stats: creative, loner, amuser, and genius. There's no reason for him to be. Get off the. Stop it.
Huh.
And here he goes right back to it. Doesn't matter how many goddamn times you fucking stop them, they'll just go right back to it. Get off of there, motherfucker. Alright, so let's just go down to the saloon. Remember, I meant what I said. We'll try to seduce somebody, pick somebody up, but no going for the baby making until gotten a little bit further along. And we've got ghosts. Cannot get anywhere with ghosts. Angel, Eric, Mariko Tanaka. Interesting. Let's talk to Mariko.
Yeftime Abasani. Biba Deso Fanjib Famaya? Mobim?
Who is this?
Yes.
Eric Lewis.
Yes.
For some reason, Eric Lewis is a
Rogaba.
mixologist. Let's get to know her.
New Yepfanoi?
Ghost. She's neat.
Vapinonel. Agasar. The book. And
2 ghosts.
Lampima Ukinik Safoya.
Let's see.
Balafoy. Aragaba. Yemfo.
Yeah, let's propose a crazy scheme. Why not? Because I am a wild and crazy guy.
Zip, 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 zip. Zambu.
Not really.
Abendu.
But he is.
Finish. Belorm. Wolfa. Freebay Marblesor. Eh?
For another day. After we get done proposing a crazy scheme. I can't afford it.
What's up, Dip? Ah, Bombadoy.
Read a book.
Oh,
Read a book. No, she's just going to take off. That's not nice. That's not nice. Just gonna leave it like that. Let's go talk to this lady.
Grants. Grants. Boy.
What's your problem?
Oh,
Introduce yourself,
Karamusti.
fool.
Ye class Canaria Abenor. Farpik ananas.
Describe a new item.
Neg. Una.
They're just being all kinds of friendly.
Obia Zara, Applin, Zebin, Sabavia Var,
Compliment her outfit.
Apple,
Aflin Wadida.
Gibbs, Safaba, Even Deso, Abri Bobia, yeah,
Tell her a story, a dramatic story.
Hey, boof. Get boof, boof, boof.
Actually, that's a good trait to get. Have enough to get the great storyteller trait.
Boosh.
Somebody who is a writer should have a great storytelling trait.
Frimpisha. Quaba. Denka. Zip, 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 zip. Zamboom. Unfik Shraga Nabizi.
what's that? Nador,
And off you go.
Abenor Yikla, let him move,
Help fix bad relationship.
Bisa stay, Akris,
Tell an engaging story.
Open.
The bartender just left. What kind of bar is this?
Oh, Lempima.
And we've got
Yeftime.
Kira the Foxglove. Talk to her.
Oh, Lempima.
And we got another one just taking off.
Flicks.
Let's go talk to her again.
Good choice.
Bright day.
Whoa.
I don't know if we're going to get anywhere with anybody in this particular playthrough, but we can chit chat. Oh no, another one. Just coming out of the woodwork.
Hey. Rude.
Come on,
Hey.
mouse wheel, stop screwing around. Compliment outfit.
May pick bar.
Yes.
Yes, your
Gonna shoot
stock
that.
standard bartender outfit looks very good on you.
Essenoi. Floride.
Ah.
I have to say, I really like the hair. You like to read. I write books. Good grief, there's another one. That was one of the things. I said go talk to her. Oh. Yeah, short red hair with blue eyes. Would you stop fucking ignoring me?
Aha.
New yep for night? Haha, Bombadil. Oh.
Friendly.
Big Bashan. Simonis Arrow.
Get to know.
Hey, Yun Zaruga. Sposhim Avani. Son of Ziola. Oh, shoot, you're out.
Dag.
Squaz Nelcher.
Eee.
Lindsay Shard. Smurg Zucchini Sephoim. Lampima.
Compliment her appearance. Good grief, there's another one.
Ooh, Siwa.
Freed.
Hey, she's peachy. Bencher.
Yes, yes, happy on.
Let's try flirting.
So.
And she's gonna respond. Very nice. Alright, let's see if we can get her to go out on a date. At 12:30 in the morning. Why not?
Aha.
New yep for night? Bombadil.
She's gonna say yes. Let's just go back to my place. And like I said, take them out on at least one date, but that's only one condition. We have to get the romance level up higher. So, let's give her a compliment. A heartfelt compliment.
Ephedra Yambara.
Let's see if we can actually get them to sit and chat, which is always a fun thing to try to do. Because so often you get them to finally sit down and chat with each other, and then immediately they stop interacting and want to go get on the computer or something.
How will Vina's office? You not be Stulain?
Tell her an engagement story.
Craney Bipsum. Reputation marker.
There we go.
Philpo Wampa.
Oh, I've got to try to get him to be flirty and playful.
Jawada Blindy. Senek.
That's really
Bretnu Silboy.
aces.
Wamish Nemo.
Crap.
Murno Justinoi, huh? Reba Ukinakansum. Ravobi Sacronario.
Doubt I'm going to be
Zapis,
able to
Moochie Peachy?
do
Benjip?
playful, flirty
Swamarani
maybe.
Charib? Zabri Skithara?
Susu.
Sul.
Yibsy. Fadish.
Doba Harfin?
Oh, Fadish. Vilpa Brehe.
Compliment her appearance.
Shabitaza. Oba.
Oh, Vadish. Misa Faba, Tamonopaz.
Ah.
Pashushi Wesabi, Sambisi.
Yep, see.
Ibara.
Oh,
Tao.
Zarbs.
Apiama Palachapa. Ibazric Tumbra Zanoi.
Uh,
Oh, Boogie the
let's
Gone.
see.
Babadeso, Yanabi.
Oh, Shuna.
Lampima. Ukinik.
I already got her on a date. I don't know what good a
Sims
pickup
ain't
line's
Charib.
going to do. Now she wants to do sit-ups. And it's going to completely ignore
Ah.
that.
Ah. Baribi. Damse Bruhana. Nurgle Quosanax.
Nibahana Trop. Shirsha Gribao.
No.
Wissa
Ah.
Dib? Ah,
It's-
Bombadil.
when it comes to any of the date type things, I hate trying to get
Left to make kisses.
everybody to be
Back.
on the same
Koya swap. What deep?
Uh-huh.
mood or whatever, because there's really no easy way to do it.
Jubba Job. Hurry, Brabna.
Funny story. Making a move.
And Fabi Lobo.
Stop trying to. Nope, that's just tickling.
Worry.
Suna.
Alright, so we got that one out of the way, but. Alrighty, I don't know how the hell I'm going to try to. Now it's awkward. Great. Tell a self-deprecating joke. Sure.
Meshka Frab. You mess a finyo.
Ah.
Whopping out. Oh, Dufka Paneeb. Prumea Hoopin'
Okay.
Ah. Oh. Woohoo.
Bimasa. Emphian Zerpa. Lahoin. Spabim.
Try to get them both playful.
Torib. Woohoo.
Sturm Garsha Tharg. Tharg. Sud. Infalna Seraphi. Kalu. Hizoi Brabani. Turful Turpana.
Huh.
Kirasha
Oh,
Yabasani.
Snoob.
Yiklas Hakanaria Abanor. Fani Dawi. Frubara.
Ah.
Levitate the Miscos. Squaz.
Sure, use a pickup line when you're already on a date. That makes no sense, but why not?
Uh-huh. Langy.
Oh, Vumba.
Mm.
Gribbet.
It's just a conversation. Alright, now I'm flirty, but now she
Let's
isn't.
see. New trip.
Huh, let's see if we can get the first kiss in and get her flirty that way. Are we gonna be able to do this? Come on, come on.
Nova.
Come on.
Conqueroo.
Mistletoe kiss.
Wow,
Energized.
Bifala Narble. Vinvet.
Oh.
Diabs. Wavu. Ruskan Lampima. Muchi Pichi.
Ibequex.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fasanoi.
Come
Valpim.
on. Stop being energized. Get flirty.
Flushy
What the hell is this
Dolly
shit
Prabar.
here?
Seneca Belindi.
Romance.
Legenzo. Noosh.
Emiash.
Come
Torino.
Get off the damn computer, you
Taguba.
fucking fool.
Hey, Yambo Yale.
He just annoys me so much. I cannot help it.
Sibuna Torble Farbe.
Well, we can woohoo with her.
Kashin.
Woohoo's fine. It's the try for baby that.
Eh, Larkin.
Ooh. Woohoo! Bow, chicka, 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 bow.
Ubate.
Oh, look at all them hearts.
Who's Phoebe?
Would it not be weird if that actually happened in real life, that just hearts floated over people? That would make it a lot easier to deal with people if they actually just had little floaty bubbles over their heads that showed what they were feeling. So, you know, for people like me that I really don't have it, I don't recognize flirting. So it would be so much easier if I was talking to somebody, interacting with a girl or something, and there was actually like a rose over her head or something that indicated, oh yeah, she's actually feeling kind of into this. She's feeling flirty.
Oh.
It's not just your imagination.
Ooh.
Ooh, Emcliffe.
Now she's-
Gaffa.
Bombzoid Dimpish.
Ha.
A beamy shrozy.
Again, energized. Why energized?
Sigluna
Why will it not get off of energized?
Nisota Subarana? Huh?
Oh,
Come on.
Wamatindi.
Joanna.
I swear at
Rocky,
times this game
easy
just
bomb.
deliberately
Oh,
tries to sabotage what you're trying to do.
Reginu. Insula Kalai. Ah, Kissanoi Wanafesh.
Well, the date's not going to be that great, unfortunately. Because it gave me two of the hardest things to try to do in this game if you don't have anything like beguiling in order to make them... Oh. Finally happened.
Oh.
And there was a kiss. Did that count? Kiss. Come on. Son of a bitch. And now she's leaving. Oh well. We got on the path.
Yeftime Abasani.
What did we get? Sure. I don't know how much use that will do, but will give us... We did have a thing about read a book, so... We haven't read a book for a while. It's a manual, so I don't know if that'll...
Ashkua.
qualify for that particular win. But if nothing else, it'll increase his charisma a little bit. And trying to go right back to that. Sure, read Crisis Bar. Call someone on the phone. $30. Still only making $30 a day. Bills are going to be a lot more than that. So we got that. We're doing 50. Call somebody, buy a TV. Doesn't have a TV. Can't really afford anything right now. But we can call somebody on the phone. Call someone on the phone. And to some story, we need to chat with these things. Chat with. Call Kira.
Muscat Treeb. Yafla Babgar. Hey, Svarsalatuni. Squire Borbe.
This one send a happy
Fruit.
text.
Chesane Clonkus Lanaka. Garabu Bropfrash. Ziragwa Penarb. Fiziquabe. Arvane Zanko. Inarb. Helkatu. Brumbea Hoopitu. Ooh.
Yeah, why not? The goal was one lady per episode. I think we're going to have to start laying some field work, as it were. And she wants to go someplace where it's raining. Yeah, whatever.
May pick Yimbara.
Hey,
Hey.
Bruce.
Oh, Jim Wibsey.
Compliment outfit.
Aflin Wadida.
Ah,
Lemfi Newlets. Sapanquar. Corbani.
Give her a compliment.
Evidroy Yimbara.
Hubi Ugaru, Zamona's arrow.
To know.
Pandale, Lindsay.
If only it were this simple in
Yep,
real
and I-
life.
Haha, Bombade. Ziragwa Penarb.
She loves cats. I
Fiziquabe.
hate cat.
Rislik Kumbar. Sanzibe Tuwabe.
Sistun Turib. Pithata.
Friendly.
Sigluna Payun.
Riba.
Discuss
Ukinagan
interests.
Sum. Pasanadeola.
Get to know her.
Oh, Shubirao.
Well, damn.
Gaba, Gaba,
Those old
Pomeray Quas.
Yakuza
Fleabo.
woman over there.
Kirgadan Yadavel.
He looks very pretty. Who's this? Oh, Zoe Patel wandering by.
Chef Ledu move. Ravob Habyam.
Who the hell are you? Sabrina. Okay.
Bumzoy. Falanas Pitfall. Vivanj. Shabedaza. Doba.
Oh, Rishi. Snibara Watanini.
Neebs. Alcha.
Karenzi.
Oh, Bashar. Clark.
Huh.
Sambas. Naya Floof.
Sure, deep
Yavasani.
conversation.
Squarble Tarbahe Farbina.
Ah, Floopy.
Orbitalk.
Oh, and Fora.
It's not.
Kenkuya Slackham.
Paranoid.
Shibo Lava.
Yeah.
Shibo Lava. Needless
Tell her it's
Weasel.
a big story
Skuma
about a
Planon.
bear
Jessine Clonkus. May
and a
boof.
basketball.
Boom, boom, boom. Shagnoosh. Yabibo.
And another
Yabibo
basketball.
Squad. Drenif.
The bear and two balls story.
Lumbik Clonkus.
That's a good
Essenoi.
one. Everybody loves
Veruti
the story about the bear and the two
Dippo
balls and
West
baseball, apparently. Who
Moochie.
the hell is this? That's Sophie. I was an adult. Brandy Slaughter. Her father was a sergeant.
Peachy, Yenabe Flemon Shusha.
Benorf Nergs, Inja, Hespa.
Alright, let's try flirting.
Susu. Mwah.
No.
Susul.
Smurg zucchini
She was
sapoim. Lampima.
Wasn't always.
Whiffed in a bay. Stulain fan
Now where the hell is she going? Morgan Fire over here. Erika Fujita. Sure. Isn't she one I already knocked up, though? That's okay. Because doing the date interactions, if nothing else, it's a way to increase the charisma skill, which is essential for what we're doing in this particular playthrough. And it's raining here, too. Is there anywhere it's not raining? Yes, she is very pretty.
Smavadish.
Arabra. Oh, it is a.
Fanship Kafaya. Bobby. Yakula Brew.
Go on date. I've had this before, and it seemed like I failed to do it. I'm not sure if we're supposed to go to this location. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do to not have this go wrong. Or if it just, there is nothing specific you're supposed to do. It's just hang out with them for the specified amount of time, and that's the date. Unlike when you ask someone out on a date, then
Prompt Hampe. Who's like Jeffro?
you have to do the interactions with him. She's paranoid too, isn't she? I guess this evil, well, not evil, but not so nice avatar minion of myself is into crazy ladies. And give her a kiss.
Das.
Nushi. Bahira Imibi. Lenarg. Ogre.
Woohoo and observatory?
Kira.
This is amusing. Who's that? Don't know, she disappeared. Into thin air. Oh, over here.
Dinner pong.
Ooh, Unarva.
Some of these interactions, I've not seen this one before. The lighthouse one was particularly enjoyable. that one's funny. What could they be doing in there to make that thing move that much? Good grief. Well, she is pregnant. Oh, what? Oh, good grief, that's funny. See, I may have jumped the gun, but I'm trying to get the. No. There you go. I'm satisfying the conditions of my challenge, at least for her. I don't know if I'll do it for the other one. I got the relationship all the way up, and we've been on a date, so.
Kinnick.
Whenever you do.
Oh, Lizarak. Filoni.
No, you don't actually get
Hana.
something like a number or a date or
Naya
something.
Floof.
Okay.
Ah.
Ebony.
Aw.
Listeners.
Kiss in the Rain.
Oh,
I don't think I've seen that one before. Okay. We're going over here. You know, like I've talked about before, it's just it irritates me to no end when they, you know, I'll have them interacting with somebody, and then all of a sudden they'll just stop interacting and go to do something ridiculous. She's hungry. Well, she is pregnant. And two. Tell a funny story.
Yeah.
Harto,
Be careful.
Fine spino.
Don't hurt
You
yourself.
have to make kiss it. Mal spec. Tira. Bekoya slap. Wadida. Abrupt
Almost
banana.
up to Chris with level 4. That's good.
Jabba job.
Yes.
Nizo. Nizabuna.
Get there.
Aragaba
Oh,
yam.
Rapna. Ah.
It's a level 2 in comedy. That's not too bad either.
Wig towel.
Radish.
Oh, nay.
Flatter,
Rocky bosa. Finesse. Oh, Rascal.
friendly,
Oh.
Limpa.
compliment her outfit.
Bara.
Yibs. Rinka Shalbo. Oh,
Vokaro
Bonnet.
Musti.
Jessene.
It looks like that was successful. So, this is the second time I've done a date interaction when it was somebody else who called. Usually I go ahead and when I've played, I've asked them what's upstairs. Practice pickup lines. It's a whim as well. Come on.
Dorave Cueva. Su.
That increases charisma skill too. That's good. We're very close to leveling up.
Ah.
If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? No, that's cheating. Did it hurt when you fell? From heaven, of course, because you're an angel.
Shabitaza. Oba. Su.
Stupid. Go ahead and travel. They're going to call Kira and ask her to hang out and see if we can get things going there. She's the one we focused on for this. And it's raining here too. Good grief. Woohoo.
Fruit Simba.
It's still absurdly easy to raise romantic attachment, relationship level, and the day everything is still very easy, but this at least makes it a little more of a challenge and more interesting than just the, what was it, maybe 10 minutes it took to seduce one in the first video and get it just high enough to get him to try for baby. Yep. Tell a dirty joke. Okay. Doity.
war bucket.
Oh, we can tell a publisher now. It's excellent quality. So now we're going to start getting some reasonable money coming in. 3 good books. Yeah. Hey, I'm famous now. Just a little. Noticeable.
Oh, Wetzel, Yibs.
Let's give her a passion
Oh.
kiss.
Shanoy.
We were almost high enough on the meter to go ahead and get the interaction in. Sweep her off her feet.
Flap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Closer.
Palingo.
A little bit more.
Aw. Banka Fleem.
She's flirting.
Love Ocanathoy.
Kissy,
boy.
kissy, kissies.
Ah, Pomeray Bahira. Azzy.
Just to get it a little bit.
A lot of way. Naramu Krankis.
Sexy pose.
We move.
Sure, those non-existent guns.
Zarzub.
Okay, I think that's close enough.
Dom Sabuna. Arbs. Aga Aga.
After you listen to... No, wait. We were going to tell her a dirty joke.
Oh, nay. Propia Bosa. Finance. Sturm Garshathar.
Oh, now we've got a different...
Zud. Niara Enazuk. Kiss.
Go ahead and kiss her then.
Oh. Dahish.
Very flirty. Yes. Alright, now...
Oh, Bemoisa Fene.
Full romance bar.
Oh.
Nuza.
He might not have any guns. You know, I've got some muscle under there. I may be fat, but I still have some muscle. I would work out more, but I've got a really bad left knee, and that makes it difficult. Arthritis. It's a... You know, it's one of those things. I unfortunately was born into a family that has a degenerative tendency, you know, the big family illness, at least on my side of the family, from my grandmother, mother, and me to me, is degenerative arthritis. So, physical maladies, annoying, and makes it hard to get things done sometimes, not particularly debilitating. Don't think that took. Try again. Psychological, manic depression, social anxiety disorder. Occasional bouts of paranoia. Again, annoying, but not entirely debilitating. Just enough to really make my life a pain in the ass. I'm not complaining or looking for sympathy or anything. I'm just, you know, just chatting about my life. It's not. I'm not embarrassed by it, and I don't really care. the biggest problem is that because the manic depression makes stress, dealing with stress, very difficult at times, and because of that, I can't really work. I can't have a job because I just can't deal with the stress of it. Because it really, I can get in just the most horrible, depressive moods, but the big thing that makes it hard to work is when I start getting stress building up in me of any kind, I get frustrated. And it just gets worse and worse and worse, and then I have explosive rage at times. If it gets as bad as it can get. I do my best to deal with it, but oh well. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Try your best. It's all anybody can ever ask for, if they're reasonable. Oh, I wore her out. Oh, I thought he was going to troll. I didn't read it all the way. So, we do not have the money to donate to any charities, so let's write something. Write romance. Sure. A male romance novelist is a novelty. A novelist. There you go. Blah, blah. Yeah, sure, why not? If it's spelled wrong, it's spelled wrong. Call it artistic license.
Oh, class B.
Right, fool, right. Right. Write that book right. A little bit of dropped frames. I'm trying to keep an eye on that to see if I'm having any troubles. Had some frame dropping alerts last time, but if I've had anything happen, then he's fine. Happy. And he completed his book. Sale to the publisher, a novel novelist. We wrote 4 good books. Boy, she's still in bed. Really wore her out. Nominated for an award. Sunday at 7 p.m. So, I've gotten that a few times, but I don't think I've ever really paid attention to it, so I assume that's a TV thing. So let's see if we can go ahead and buy a TV. It's only going to sell for 40 bucks. 80. How much would a TV cost? One of the small ones. 500. Wow. Just for a basic TV. Whew. I've never read that description. Alright, so we gotta get some more income before we can really buy a TV. I'd possibly be able to sell something. I could just go ahead and sell this and get a smaller one. It's not like the cat actually does much with it. Wow. that and that. It should still leave enough to get, just barely enough to get that. Try to remember. Try to remember to watch on Sunday. Clean up the class. God dang, she is still in bed. Wake up!
Yet?
You're gonna get sick laying in bed that long. Good grief.
Oh, shoot, be out.
She's hungry.
Glosh.
I don't think it actually works, does it? When you use it on that. No, yeah, maybe it does. So, did I succeed in knocking her up? She's got the blocks, the kids' blocks over her head. That could mean that she's pregnant, but it not necessarily. No. No trolling of the forums. Actually, maybe not. Try again.
Swag Jace. Ah,
Ah, Nobi.
Ib.
Gonna end up being over an hour again. That's okay. I have fun. Hopefully y'all do too. Y'all.
Oh.
Oh, Lumazark.
How all y'all do? Y'all.
Dar.
Drum.
Uh-huh.
They banged. So there's a drum. Good grief, I still don't think it took. Try again.
Man, knock him.
Yappa.
Suave.
Dude's oversexed. He doesn't have enough little buddies in the tank.
Tiranga.
No, not buying a damn B-box. Published 3 books. Done that.
Ah.
700. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Hello,
Need a
fat
lot more though.
Ubate. Tirang.
No, I'm busy. Sorry.
Ah, humble Steve. Steve. Warbucket.
Oh, fireworks.
Oh.
That's polite.
Uh-huh.
And wow, I still don't think it worked. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Alright. Give her a compliment, and
Oh. Vadish.
we'll pick back up with Kira on the next episode and see if that
Purple Perfana. Kirasha Yabasane.
took.
Harsagap Rabe. Varanoi. Wamba Voy Yambalala.
And if not, we'll try again. We are really low on money. Fast forward to 10 so we can see what we're going to get. Got 2 things professionally published. 342, that's a little bit better. A novel novelist. Yes, that's a little bit more acceptable. Now we have a little bit of income coming in. In fact,
Jaruk. Oh, no.
that would be a lower level full-time job, 300 and something a week. Every day is just shy of a week, more or less. So that's actually not too bad
No. Barba.
in terms of real life.
Mifwa. Ah,
It'll depend on what our bills are going to be
Spoil.
on here. But yeah, they shouldn't be that bad. Let's go ahead and use the auto lights just because, but I don't think that affects bills at all, does it? It's based on how much stuff you have in your house. The value. For some reason your bills are a tax on a property tax. Apparently, that's how it seems to work. Yeah, pet Peanut.
Oh.
Pet the little... I won't do it. I won't say it. I'll be a good boy. Kobayashi. Ayaka Kobayashi. Alright, so I'm going to call it there. Remember to save. Save it. And I've started streaming on Twitch as well occasionally. I'm going to be doing that. I haven't quite figured out if there's going to be anything in particular thematic, or if I'm going to go ahead and do the stream on Twitch and then upload the video a few days later on YouTube. Probably I'll go ahead and do that. Probably do more strategy gaming stuff over on Twitch and stick to things like Sims and story games and stuff like that on YouTube. I'm not sure yet. Alrighty, you're watching romance. Yeah, that's my favorite. Absolutely. I just love that shit. Alrighty, so yes, thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't like it. Although if you hit the dislike button, I would appreciate it if you would leave a constructive comment on why. Preferably something like, saying I don't like your voice is not helpful because there's not much I can do about that, If you have any constructive criticism, please leave a comment in that regard. If you have something nice you'd like to say, go ahead and leave a comment in that regard. If you'd just like to say hello, go ahead and leave a comment saying hello. If you missed since you missed the live stream in the chat. And, share, subscribe if you want to see more videos, all that good YouTube stuff that everybody says at the end of every video, or the beginning for that matter. Just a gentle reminder, if you will. And the Twitch channel is twitch.tv/AcidHeads, AcidHeads. My name is Ryan Murphy. AcidHeads is kind of my moniker that I use for music and stuff. And no, it has nothing to do with LSD. It comes from Acid Music Studio, the Sony software, which was the first music production program I used. I still use it, actually. The pro version, but... Anywho, yeah. So thanks for watching. Anybody who popped in during the live stream and everybody who watches later after it's done, buffering, or after it's on YouTube as a video, you know what I'm talking about. My brain just doesn't want to work. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye.